yìn Olúwa, ìwọ ọkàn mi o. Fiṣẹ́ rẹ̀ hàn lágbóòmù ayé. Olúwa, 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 ìwọ ọkàn mi o. Jẹ́ kágbára rẹ̀ ló pé Olúwa. Mo ní yíyó, yìn Olúwa, yìn Olúwa, ìwọ ọkàn mi o. Yíyó jẹ́ fiṣẹ́ rẹ̀ hàn lágbóòmù ayé. Bóyá yìí, yìn Olúwa, yìn Olúwa, ìwọ ọkàn mi o. Jẹ́ kágbára rẹ̀ yẹn. Kágbára rẹ̀ ló pé Olúwa ga. Bóyá ẹgbẹ́ Olúwa ga o, gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè o, nítorí ó tóbi ju gbogbo ayé lọ. Ìmọ̀lẹ́ Olúwa ga o, gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè o, nítorí ó tóbi o, àná ẹ̀dùn. Bóyá yìn Olúwa, yìn Olúwa, yìn Olúwa, ìwọ ọkàn mi. Tó bá mọ̀ ọba ni wọ́n ṣoore fún ọ, bóyá dìde, 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 dìde. Ènìyàn kúkúrú dìde, ènìyàn gíga dìde kò ní òkè. Bóyá Jésù, Jésù lolùbásọ. Kó ṣolùbásọ pa àdúgbò lè dìde kó tó. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni Jésù o. Torí ló mẹ́sẹ̀ mi dúró ṣíṣí. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ní ìgbàgbọ́. Ó dúró tì mí yé. Ó dúró tì mí nínú ayé. Èmi ọba rẹ̀ fẹ́. Agbára rẹ̀ ni ó. Agbára rẹ̀ ló fi ìrì ó. Èmi balẹ̀ kájà yẹ. Ó kí Jésù lọ́lọ́. Bàṣọ ọkàn mi o. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ní ìgbà gbogbo ni o. Jésù Kristi lolùfẹ́ ọkàn mi. Òun lolùbásọ ọkàn mi yé o. Òun lọ̀rẹ́ mi ní ìgbà gbogbo. Ṣé bóun ló dúró tì mí o nínú ayé? Kémi bàbá yẹsẹ̀ o. Wọ́n ní ẹgbẹ́ rẹ̀ o. Ṣòwò ló fi dì mí mọ́ òye òye o. Kémi balẹ̀ kájà yé. Bóyá Jésù, Jésù lọ́wọ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni o. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni ìgbà. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni Jésù o. Òun ló fẹsẹ̀ mi dúró ṣiṣẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni ìgbà. Ó dúró tì mí yé. Ó dúró tì mí nínú àlá rẹ̀. Èmi bàbá rẹ̀ fẹ́. Ó ní agbára rẹ̀ o. Agbára rẹ̀ ni ó fi ìdí mi mú. Èmi balẹ̀ dáadáa yé. ògo ni fún Olúwa ọba ayé mẹ́ta lọ́kàn ìjẹ̀rẹ̀fẹ́. Elédùmarè bàbá o, ìbàrẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ òní o, ọba títàn mọ́lẹ̀ lẹ́yìn o, àti alẹ́ yìí o. Má jẹ́ kójú ti ara yẹ, àbẹ̀yẹ̀pẹ̀ ọ̀dọ̀ rẹ̀. Ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá bẹ̀ yìí ti o, ṣé màmá ní lọ́lọ́mọ. Bóyá bàbá méjì sọ̀rọ̀ bí dayọ̀ ṣe o. Celestia, Jésù Kristi mo dúpẹ́ ọ̀sẹ̀. Mo kó òkè ìṣòro mi lówó lè tó bá jọ̀rọ̀. Olùjọ mi mọ̀ owó ọ̀la ìlú. Bàbá méjì sọ̀rọ̀ bí dayọ̀. Bàbá méjì sọ̀rọ̀ bí dayọ̀. Jésù Kristi mo dúpẹ́ ọ̀sẹ̀. Jésù Kristi mo dúpẹ́ ọ̀sẹ̀. Ó ṣe ìṣòro. Òkè ìṣòro mi lówó lè tó bá jọ̀rọ̀. Olúwa máa ń ṣe tiwa, ta ló lè kọjú ìjà sí wa, àfi kó tẹ́. Ìyẹn ti di dandan ní ọ̀fẹ́tẹ́. Wọ́n ní wọ́n sá níwájú ìwọ lọ́nà kan, wọ́n lọ́nà mọ̀ méje ní orí ọ̀gá Ọlọ́run ló gbé wa ró. Wọ́n yà sọ tìyẹ̀ rí pé wá lẹ́rùn máa ń ṣe tiwa sẹ́. Ta ló lè kọjú ìjà sí wa, torí àfi kó tẹ́. Ẹgbẹ̀rún èkúté kò lè mọ lóògùn. Àfi kó tẹ́. Jésù ti dára lálẹ́. Wọ́n ní bọ́lú ẹ̀rọ ṣe tiwa yé. Ta ló lè kọjú ìjà sí wa, àfi kó tẹ́. Fọ́lá ò fẹ́ràgà ní dọ́jú ẹ̀wọ̀n mọ́ Ísírẹ́lì kó tẹ́. Wọ́n dá gbogbo ọkùnrin bọ́lá ló máa ṣe tiwa. Ta ló lè kọjú ìjà sí wa, àfi kó tẹ́. Ẹgbẹ̀rún èkúté wo ló lè mọ lóko, àfi kó tẹ́. Jésù ti rà wá lórí, àkọlé o. Ó yá tó bá débẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ sí láàárẹ̀ tó pé tèmi tọ́pẹ́. Lọ́dọ̀ Olúwa ṣọ́dọ̀ ò tọ́pẹ́, tèmi tọ́pẹ́. Lọ́dọ̀ Olúwa torí èmi ò máa fi torí Jésù lóko. Èmi ò máa ó. Èmi ò máa fi torí Jésù lóko. Ó yá wípé kò ṣọ́lérí. Adébíyí alẹ́ ọ̀dọ́ pẹ́. Ṣé wọn ò lérí mọ́ ẹ? Ṣé bí wọ́n lérí mọ́ ẹ náà? Gbogbo ìdílé ìyá ìdílé bàbá gbogbo ẹ̀ papọ̀. Ó ní kò ṣọ́lérí mọ́ pẹ́. Adébíyí alẹ́ ọ̀dọ́ pẹ́. Ìdíje mi o. Àwọn olórí o. Gẹ́gẹ́dẹ́ wọ́n pọ̀ sọ. Olórí o. Torí pé òkè ìṣá. Bóyá ojú tẹ̀lé kan fún mi o. Abẹ́ àlọ́ ọ̀nà òkú tó dé. Abẹ́ àlọ́ ọ̀nà òkú tó dé. Èmi ni èrò ló ọ̀tá mi. Àbí òsì ọmọdé mi ò kórè ọ̀tá mi. Ojúlọ mọ fọ́ọ̀mù àmọ̀dọ̀ bá lè wọ́ fọ́ọ̀mù. Ojú gbìrìgbìrì ni wọ́n ti ọ̀tá. Ọ̀nà tí kò máa jẹ́ ọmọ tí ló máa lóye. Ìjọba ẹ̀dẹ́gbọ̀n náà àwọn ṣọ́ọ̀lọ́ wa gbogbo wọn. Aṣọ wọn pọ̀jù bí òkìrì bíbẹ̀. Ọba tó gàgàgàgàgàgàgà tẹ́nìkan rí. Ọba tó lóyún ara rẹ̀ tó tún sọ́ra rẹ̀ lórúkọ bàbá mi bà. Arógun náà arógun má ṣojo. Kìkì ọlá kìkì agbára múnimúni gbẹnigbẹni ọlọ́wọ́ gbọgbọrọ. Ọlọ́run bílẹ̀ èwú ọmọ ṣọ́fà. Ọlọ́run ọdún 1947 gbogbo ìdílé Jésè akọ̀mátìkà lẹ́yìn alápẹ́lẹ́ ò akọ́dá ayé aṣẹ̀dá ọ̀run bàbá ẹlẹ́yìn ní bàbá gbogbo ìdílé Jésè gbẹgbẹlẹ́kú nínú ọlá ìràwọ̀ òwúrọ̀ olùdámọ̀ràn ẹkùn wákọ̀ òkè Ọlọ́run ọdún 1947. Bóyá kí ló mú tọ̀ ẹ wá? Oore ló mú tọ̀ ẹ wá. Ó lè jó, ó lè kọrin Ọlọ́run. Mo ní kí ló mú tọ̀ ẹ wá o? Oore ló mú tọ̀ ẹ wá. Bóyá gbogbo ọkùnrin kí ló mú tọ̀ ẹ wá? Oore ló mú tọ̀ ẹ wá. Gbogbo mi kí ló mú tọ̀yìn wá náà? Bóyá mọ́tà Celestial kí ló mú tọ̀yìn wá? Gbogbo evangelist kí ló mú tọ̀yìn wá sẹ́? Gbogbo youth kí ló mú tọ̀yìn wá sẹ́? Bóyá Celestial kí ló mú tọ̀yìn wá? Lónìí concert 4.0 kí ló mú tọ̀wọ̀ wá? Bóyá torí ó lé ikú ó lé àrùn kí ni ló ṣe o? Kó má sọ̀bà nílé ìpẹ̀tà rẹ̀ o. Bóyá àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ o. Arákùnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ o. Arábìnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ o. Gbogbo ìjọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ o. Bóyá tó bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ wípé àfihàn forúkọ rẹ̀ ọpẹ́ ọlá fún ọ. Nítorí rẹ̀ lọ́gbà tó rẹ̀ ní fàásì àdúgbò. Àfihàn forúkọ rẹ̀ àfihàn forúkọ rẹ̀ ọpẹ́ ọlá. Nítorí rẹ̀ lọ́gbà tó rẹ̀ ní fàásì àdúgbò. Mo ní àfihàn forúkọ rẹ̀ ọpẹ́ ọlá fún ọ. Nítorí rẹ̀ lọ́gbà tó rẹ̀ ní fàásì àdúgbò. Hallelujah. Yeah. Hallelujah. Come on, wave your hands to the air. Hallelujah. Listen.
Hallelujah. 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 Ekulewu, ekuijo meta. It is another beautiful day and moment in the land of the living. And unto him that is able to keep us from falling and to present us faultless before the presence of his glory, with exceeding joy we say, Hallelujah to the Most High God. It is your program again, hanging out on Celestial Television Network. I know it's been a while that we've had this program, but we thank God that we are all back today. I am happy to be here, and I know you're equally happy to be there too. With me today, you already know we have one of Celestial finest artists in the studio with us, and it's not just going to be me doing the talking. You also will be involved at some point of the program. But before we bring in our guests, I would like you to tell friends and family and let them know that Celestial Television Network is back with their program Hanging Out, and you have to join. You don't want to miss any part of the show. I'll go on another very quick break, and I'll be back with Kent Edunjobi. Please stay with me. Do not go nowhere. Yes. Ògo ni fún Jésù, ògo ni fún orúkọ rẹ̀ mímọ́ jùlọ. Yes, yes, yes. I told you that I have Kent Edunjobi here with me today. You know those set of children, they are very special according to the Yorubas. They'll say ọba ọmọ ni wọ́n. Ẹ má béèrè lọ́wọ́ mi pé ta ni ìjòyè ọba bí ọba. Àwọn Yorùbá wá sọ pé àwọn ọba ọmọ. So that makes Kent a special one today. Can we have Kent, please? Where is Kent Edunjobi? Oh,
I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Hallelujah,
hallelujah.
hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Méje lẹ fẹ́ ké tán ni. Ẹ ní sùúrù kẹ́.
Come on, killer.
I know, right? You're welcome on the show. It's good to have you here today.
Thank you very much, man.
My people, my people. I know you know this face already. You're used to seeing Kent Edunjobi, and I want to believe that you really do not know pretty much about him. All you know is Kent sings, and that's basically all. No, it does pretty much than that, and that's why we brought him here today, so he can tell us what and what he's into, and we discuss music, life, a little bit about his personal stuff, not too much, and that's basically what we do here. We just have fun. As Lori Horse sits, Akoma, Tojo. That's all. And my people will get to ask you questions about it two time. And you don't dodge questions here. You just have to answer our questions. That's all. Okay. So let's start from the Ibere Gongon. Everybody know you to be Kent Edunjobi, but I want to believe that that is not your real name. And just like we don't have real face, we have fake faces sometimes. That's a pancake with what you are. So give us your full name. Tell us who Kent Edunjobi is. Just basic things about you, and we go from there.
Okay, my name is Ken Hassan. I was born into a family of seven. Um, I'm the last. Um, I studied computer science statistics from the University of Nsukka, University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Um, Music has been part of me. I grew up in a family of seven, like I said. Um, but my family we're a love of music. We love music so much, and I want to thank my late parents for for what they did unconsciously at first. While growing up, my dad was a really lover of music, though he could not sing. My dad doesn't sing. Um, my mom was in the choir at some point, but later I think she left the choir when I only saw pictures of her in the choir. But I didn't grow up seeing my mom in the choir. But I knew that she was in the choir at some point, and she used to. At least I saw video clips and pictures where she was taking solos and and all that. But then of course in the house when doing house chores, she will always sing here and there, and do all that. So it's not as if, oh, my family is we do music. No, 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 we don't do music. We're in love of music. So my dad, growing up, my dad would buy CDs, musical collections. Yeah, normal musical collections. My dad would buy musical collections of them Barrister, Colinton, Sashino Peters, uh, Ebenezer Obey, King Sonny Ade, Adewale Ayuba. All those greats. He would buy them their video clips, and he would arrange them. So when my dad was based in Abuja, we were based in Lagos because he was a civil servant working in the presidency then. So, but during holidays, we go to Abuja to visit. So when we get to Abuja, he exposes us to all those video clips. And as young as I was then, I would always watch, and I was always fascinated. How are people doing? How are these guys? How are these men? How are they doing it? My favorite of all time is always Sashino Peters. I'll watch Sashino Peters from morning till night. and I will not stop. And then my mom will also do her. She will burn them for me Aragbaye, all those video clips, all those Christian music too as well. So those things unconsciously they planted seed of music in me. And of course, growing up as well, a small church where almost my entire family were in the chorister. So it was more as if, oh, one be a minute chorister. So I I grew up knowing that I was a chorister. I have never for once been a floor member in the church. So I see them playing the bass drum, the akuba, the African. Then we didn't have access to. At my church, then didn't have money to buy keyboard or drum set. So it was always akuba, samba, and all those stuff. And I'm really just grateful for the process because I think I used to tell people unconsciously I went through. I think God took me through the proper process of music. I didn't know at some point. I didn't know at that time. But it just felt. But looking back right now, I think God took me through a proper music process. It wasn't just oh, I just woke up one day and I joined the choir, and the choir I'm joining there is luxury of musical instrument to play, and no, it wasn't like that for me. It was we were in a church, a small church. There was no sound system. It was just akuba, so you sing with your voice. Your voice, oh, no matter how you lose your voice, but you still keep going. Then you play the akuba, you play the drum. You have to master one drum first before you move to the another, like to another. Master this one before you move to the next, until you now say, okay, I want to start singing. So it was like that for me. I started with tambourine. From tambourine, my hands will be paining me. They say, Malulobe, keep going, keep going. Yeah, it was a thorough process from tambourine to shekere, from shekere to agogo, from agogo to samba, from samba to tom tom, from tom tom to the bass drum. Then from bass drum, I now started singing. Even the singing itself, it was more like I was rebelling in the choir then, because in the choir it was just my three sisters and myself, and my elder brother. He was in school, but at times when he comes back from school, he will join. But most times he's always not around. Then it's after that five of us, then the children of the Olusho, the shepherd of my church. So we're like just two families in the choir, and of course my family and the Olusho, the shepherd's family were very close. So everybody saw me like Omowalile. So when I knew that okay, there's this thing inside of me, it's beyond just playing. Okay, I've passed through this level of okay, look, I want you and all the rest. I think it's time for me to sing. I can sing. I sing in my toilet, I sing in the bathroom. So but when I get to the choir, they won't allow me sing. So after a while, I stopped playing. Yeah, I stopped playing the akuba.
They won't allow you sing
They
because
won't
what?
allow me. They won't allow me sing. So I stopped playing the akuba. I deliberately lost passion in it. So they will talk and talk and talk. My sisters will abuse me, abuse me, abuse me. So one day we're just playing in the church. I started singing outside, and they said, "What I put my ilé kọrin tó tọ? Okay, what we'll do for you is you will not be singing lead, though. You'll be singing parts." So our vocalist in the church in the choir then started saying, "Okay, Timbatin kọrin, you'll be singing tenor part, or you'll be singing part." I don't even know what is tenor part or auto part. I shall know that there are two different parts. Which one I was singing at one point, I didn't know, but I was just singing, sha. So from there, I was singing parts. And as God will have it, we our harvest was our harvest was scheduled to come up, the following week. The Sunday before our harvest. On a Friday, we went for on a Saturday we went for a concert. And the lead vocalist, my sisters, everybody, I want to man choir, lead during everybody in the choir, we all went for that concert and we sang, and they all lost their voice. So yeah, so The Sunday before the harvest day, we were at church. Oh yeah, what is she was to Talo Makoni who will sing. I was just looking at them. Oh yeah, today is my day. They gave one, yeah, they gave one girl. I'm talking of 1997 or 1998. They gave one girl, Mike, one of our Olushaw's daughters, to sing. That was singing anyhow. They gave my twin sister to say, oh yeah, microphone, yeah, we're not cut here. That one too was singing anyhow. I was just praying, well, face is saying, let God catch you people. Just give me the mic. All the things that I've had inside me, people again. They just, so the vocalists just looked at me and said, yeah, like they wanted to just mock. That was how I started. I started giving them all the things I've been practicing in the toilet, in the bedroom, in the wardrobe. I would lock myself in the wardrobe and be saying, oh yeah. They were like, wow, wow. Ah, before you know it, that was how I became one of the strong vocalists of that church. Then, and few months later, the main vocalist left, and I started at a very tender age. I started handling the choir from then. So, of course, write songs for the choir, arrange songs. So that was how the journey went from there to started growing myself in music. Okay, I realized that okay, it's just not enough for you to say, oh, you have this talent. You have to actually nurture it. You have to groom it. You have to, and it's a raw material. You have to refine it. So I started moving around and listening to people who I think would influence my music, and I started praying to God as well that God help me. I think this is what I want to do, and we thank God for where we are today. We thank God for the journey. We thank God for the process. I'm still learning. Like I used to tell some of my friends that you don't just discover yourself once and say, "Oh, I've discovered myself." You keep discovering and rediscovering yourself. You keep discovering. You discover, rediscover yourself. There are some things I am doing right now that I didn't know that I could do, say like 4, 5 years ago. There are some things I'm doing right now that I didn't know as a last said I could do them or I should be doing them. So it's just about rediscovering and reinventing yourself. I'm sure, and that is how it should be with everybody. And I think that is how it has been with the greats. When you're talking about the greats, people who have passed through this, who have been in this world of music, and they're still relevant. They keep rediscovering themselves. And we thank God. That's all we can say.
Àfi orúkọ rẹ̀. Orin yìí ni mo fẹ́ fi bá yín kí ọ̀rọ̀ yín lẹ́sẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ fi omi? Yeah, that's very very interesting. But you know the challenge you faced back then is still very. We still have it happening in our choir today. That a lot of talents, OTD, all because we don't give them chance, all because we do not believe in them. Like I used to say, could say anybody to be oriwala. And I want to believe that the more you practice, the more you put so many things into consideration. That's how you become better at what you do. What is your own advice? How do you think we can? Because it happened to you, you were able to find your feedback, and you're doing well in music. A lot of people, more or less, and whatever they have in them is gone. They are doing something else. What is your own advice? How can we call all of these things that we don't look down on people, especially in the choir? It doesn't have to be that that person must be a big musician in the world, but then that talent can be useful in the church, and other people can also tap from it. And before you know it, we are building a community of high people that have quality skills when it comes to music.
Yeah. So there are two things, just like what you said. First, we need to learn to encourage one another in the choir, or in the church even in life. You need to learn to encourage people. Um, in your tomorrow, tomorrow or October dollar, lè ṣe jù ẹ́ lọ. You understand? So We need to learn to be receptive, learn to encourage each other and correct each other with love. And also, you yourself, being the carrier of the talent, to be honest, it is not all of us that will be a professional uh, musician or artist or music minister, as you would say. Not all of us. So you need to first of all ask God and ask your leader, is this what I am meant to do? Let me tell you something. So I told you my story. Even after all those processes that I went through, in my mind, so for me, I felt my decision was that music was just going to be a thing of a thing of pleasure. I was writing songs for people and giving people songs. So it's okay, yeah, look up, yeah, go and record it. You know, as at 2008, I had not stepped a foot into the studio, and I was writing songs for people. They will go and record it because as at then I felt I just want to do music for fun. Let me just go to church, sing, and go home and relax. Let me go to concert, enjoy, express myself, and all. But it took me time, and I had to pray, and I had a divine kí làwọn òyìnbó máa ń pè é sí kí ló máa ń pè é yá mi lóyìnbó yẹn.
The divine one.
I had a divine connection, and I had a divine revelation that this is what I'm actually meant to do. You understand? And even after that, I had to pray again to say, "Oh no, she call it to call me. Is this not? I hope it's not missed call. Is it an actual call?" You understand? Because if you're not careful, you just discover that you get into a race and you'll be frustrated. At the end of the day, you'll be frustrated, and you don't want to do that. See, you see, talent, if you're a carrier of talent, I'm telling you, you are so liable to depression. You are so liable to depression because you carry something that a lot of people don't carry. You see things that a lot of people don't see. You hear things that a lot of people don't hear. You feel things that a lot of people don't feel. So at some point, when you now want to express or you feel that thing you carry, you want people to feel it. You want people to express it, or you want people to experience it, and they are not able to experience it. You can get depressed. I'm sorry, Okodabi, stammerers, people who stammer, at times when they want to say something and they know what they want to say, but they are trying to say, and they're stammering, it could be very frustrating for them. That is how it could be. So you need to be sure that this is what you want to do. This is what your creator has ordained you or has commissioned you to do first. Then, if you have ticked that box to say, okay, this is what I'm meant to do in life, the next thing for you to do is you have to develop it. I know a lot of people. I see them like this and I'll just laugh. A lot of them, I have worked with them. A lot of them, I have advised them. A lot of them, I just look at them and do your thing. It's a different ball game entirely if God has given you a talent. You have the voice. You can sing. You can write. That is a different ball game entirely. You have to you have to groom that talent. It's a different thing when think about Wale, when you dig the ground and you mine gold and you harvest gold. Gold in its raw form is almost useless until when you refine it. So you have to process yourself. You have to process yourself to say, okay, yes, I have the voice. Oh, I have a very high pitch. I can sing. And people will say, you want to go? Yes. But when they give you the microphone, will you just carry the microphone and every time you just be screaming, then people will say, you understand? So it becomes very annoying. So which means you need to nurture that talent, you need to nurture that gift, you need to train. So if you discover that you can sing today, Because you can sing now, you want to establish a band. No. Go and train. Go and understudy. Learn from people. You need to learn the craft. You need to learn the business. You need to learn the
Mm.
intricacies in it. So it's not just about talent. They give me mic, I sing. Brah. Okay, so if you sing that song or that performance you have uh, that you have rendered, how after that performance you are going to eat, you are going to pay your bills. How do you monetize it? So when people call you for performance, how do you how do you charge people? Do you want to say, oh, I'm not charging, or I want to charge? Okay, so if you are not charging, so what will feed you? Because if you are hungry, you cannot be creative. You get frustrated after a while. So you need to know all these things. You need to learn your craft. You need to learn. I mean, there are some musicians that I see them perform, and I will always give it to them. I will always give it to them, no matter what. People like, okay, the last really concert we did, I was backstage and I was watching Moses Simoni perform, and I saw the way he was interacting with his audience. That is master. He's a master of his craft. He understands the craft very well. So it's not at that point. It has gone beyond. Oh, I have the voice. I can sing. So he knows the craft to say you don't just sing. You have to engage your crowd. You understand? At times you might have probably done several performances and you've lost your voice. How do you how do you interact with the crowd? There are some events they will call you, and the event coordinator or manager will say, "We want you to come with just 5 members of your band or of your team." How do you create a performance with that kind of number? You see people like Shola Alison, they will come and back back to back. They're always these people they've gone through the process. Do you think Shola Alison just woke up one day and she started singing, or she just formed a band? No, she sang behind a lot of musicians. A lot. Some we know, some we don't even. The day she was telling me the people she did backup for, I was wondering, I was like, pay dues to him. So, but a lot of people will not know. You just see Shola and listen that she's singing. You just go and carry scarf. You tie scarf on top of your head like Shola and listen. But they say that no, it doesn't work that way. You have to learn the craft.
Okay, we agree. Thank you. Okay, so while you were telling us about yourself earlier, you mentioned the fact that you did computer science statistics in school. Is that correct?
Yeah,
And music happened to be like a self-learning thing for you. It wasn't as if you studied music at any point in time. Is
yeah.
that correct? Okay, so did you at any point have some core principles that took you through every steps of transitioning from being a computer science statistics student to being a musician? And if you have such principles, how far did they work for you? And like confidently, can you say these principles worked for you?
Okay, so it's my principle in life. My principle in life is that whichever situation you find yourself, it's not by mistake. If you're some there was a day I was talking to Antishola and we were sharing life experience, and I told her some this thing. We agreed on this thing. See, in life, if if you find yourself tomorrow in the midst of some idol worshippers, if in your heart you know that yes, you are a true son of God, true son of God, Omolon, you the God, but probably due to work or due to some circumstance or whatever circumstance you find yourself, you are in the midst of some idol worshippers. There is a reason why God has brought you there, or God has made you pass through that place. Learn whatever it is. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to that environment. So whichever environment you find yourself, there is a reason. So deep down inside of me, music is what I really wanted to do. But because of the family I came from, despite the fact that we are lovers of music, we are also career driven. You must go to school now. You must go to school and you must only. In fact, when we were going for concerts here and there, our first one, at some point, he grounded me and said, me and my sister said, "You guys are not going to anywhere. You're not. You're not going for any concert. What kind of rubbish concert are you guys going to? You're singing up and down. What kind of lifestyle is that?" So because of all those things, I said to myself, no, I want to be a career person. I want to probably work in a bank. Do I be an IT person and be working in the bank or be working at an IT firm and all that? But like I said, my principle in life has always been, well, whichever stage you find yourself, eh, whichever space you find yourself, it is not by accident. God has brought you to that stage or to that environment to learn something so that that thing will be useful for you much later in the bigger picture. So I studied computer science. How does computer science relate to music? Some people will be wondering. But today, aside from singing, I'm a music producer. And to be a good music producer, you have to have good knowledge of IT because you will need some softwares. You need to use some softwares and you need some in-depth knowledge of some software, and you need to be able to know how to interact with your computer. You need to know what kind of computer to use. You need to know the specifications and all those things. You understand? So at the end of the day, that knowledge is not lost. So aside from you aside from navigating through the IT world, at some point I worked in an accounting firm for 11 years. I worked in an accounting firm for 11 years. I worked in a law firm for 6 months before I put a quit to a career job. Oh, Busayo Denibo is asking me twin. Okay, for look at ID, Olawi is asking me, am I a twin? Yeah, I'm a twin. I'm a twin. Right. So
Kenny, it's God so quick Kenny fashion
yeah,
no.
yeah,
So that's
yeah,
where the Edunjobi thing came from.
yeah. So as I was saying, I did before I worked in an accounting firm for 11 years. I worked in a law firm for 6 years before I put a quit to 9 to 5 job, the white collar job. And I can tell you that all the knowledge, all the things I I did, the knowledge I acquired in the accounting firm, today I am using big time. Because see, as a musician, you need good knowledge of accounting as well. So when a gig comes, you need to know how to bill, and not just how to bill. So when income is coming in to you, you need to treat yourself as a company. As I am, I treat myself as a company.
Uncle Kenny.
See,
Ẹ tún ti gbọ́rọ̀
see,
owó wò báyìí.
no, see, that's why I said it's not just about you should know how to sing alone. The last question you asked me, it's not about singing. There are so many things to learn. See, music is wide. Me, I'm still learning. All these things that I'm saying, there are some people when you ask them, okay, of recent I did a project with Niola. We did a movie soundtrack for Swallow, Kunle Afolayan's movie, and Niola and I were quite close. She told me some things, and I was like, wow, I still need to learn more. So me finding myself in an IT world is not is a plus. So if you find yourself in a fashion world and what you're doing is sing or you're a singer, but you find yourself in a fashion world, make it a plus. If you find yourself in the security agency business and you're a singer, look for a way to make it an advantage for you. Just think, just use your head.
Absolutely, I agree with you. So statistic part of your career, only billing parts, music, eh?
Yeah, you see, the thing is, you don't want to go broke. And as see, musicians, see this thing, see, musicians have I growing up, growing up, I'm not going to mention names, but growing up, there's some people I used to look up to them in the music industry, both Sele and outside Sele. And today I see them and I'm like, how did these people end up like this? I keep asking my questions. How did they end up like this? At some point, these people were rich. How did they end up, you know, being in this kind of situation? And I realized that proper lack of proper accounting knowledge, lack of discipline. I used to say this thing a lot. Ah, lack of discipline. Well, we'll still get to that point. So, but if you have good knowledge of accounting, or good, if you have good sense of financial, if you have good financial sense, you know that if December period, today it's December period and it's the festive period. If you have sense, if you're a musician, people are calling you to come and entertain them. They want to ball. People want to ball, for the season. They want to, have fun, and so they are calling you to say, "Hey, come and come and come and entertain us," and they are paying you money. And as they are paying you that money, you think, you have arrived. As they are giving you 200k, 500k, 1 million, 400, as you are getting gigs, you are just spending anyhow. You are just spending anyhow. You've forgotten that there is January. Those people who are calling you, they earn, some of them earn probably monthly. Some of them, they've earned from January till October or till September. And they are saying, or till, let's just say till October or till November. And they are saying December, come and do 30 December for us. Come and help us to 30 our December. So they've they are just giving part of what they have earned. And you as a musician, you're not using your sense to say, as I'm earning, let me save. And as I'm saving, let me invest. My brother, you will run down. Because January will come and will jam you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? You need to understand that as a musician, you pay yourself salary. Take your year. Okay, from January to December, last year, how much did I make? Okay, I have some events that, they are retainership events that every year, recurring year, I get these gigs. Okay, so I'm sure that within a period of time, or within a period of, within this year, at least I know that I can net on 1 million conveniently. That 1 million, use your sense, cut it, divide it by 12, pay yourself salary, and save part of it. That is how an artist should behave. You should run yourself as if you are running a company. Any other money that comes in, you should save and reinvest. Save and reinvest. Of recent, I heard, I got an information that one of our top artists in Nigeria and in Africa has almost 400 or 500 houses in Lagos. And I was like, wow, this man is so wise. And this person, a lot of people will say, look at that kind of investment. That man has created generational wealth. You understand? So that is how an artist should behave. I used to wonder when you see some artists and they are balling, they are spending. I'm not, the likes of them, Burna Boy, those people are rich. But I want to believe that they as much as they are spending, they are saving and investing. So, but you that you have not gotten to that level, use your head, plan. Do you get? So
Yes,
that's
absolutely. I agree with you. Okay,
always like,
so I agree with you. But if I agree with you, but if we get this, but I can't tell you, but I agree with the principle here. I just wanted you to do a little bit of lecturing as regards that, and that's very perfect for that area. So another question I want to ask you is this. We have a lot of artists in Celestia, at the upcoming at the Awototi Debibe and all of that. And a lot of people would want to feature you sometimes because of the market of their songs and all of that. Do you have stuff that you consider before you agree to feature in a particular song, or you said your own personal project before you would say, okay, we'll feature any buy? What and what do you consider before agreeing into such?
Okay, so before I agree to do a collaboration with anybody, um, that is when people approach me. I'm talking about when people approach me to say, okay, let's do a collaboration. Before I agree, I have to look at first. Um, I have to consider the craft. So that means the style of music. Does it suit me? Is this something that if I do, people I can express myself better and people will see um, the true me, you know, in what I'm doing. If if it's something I feel, oh, it's not my area of strength, and aside from it not being my area of strength, if it is something I feel it doesn't fly or doesn't go well with my brand or with my style rather, I'm not going to go for it. But if it goes for my brand, and I think even though it's not my area of strength or my usual style, but if I think it's something I can do, that I can push myself, you know, to say, oh, let me challenge myself and do this, and I feel, oh yeah, I can do well. Of course, I'm going to take it. Then I also need to consider my brand. I have a brand I'm building, um, and the person who is approaching me also has a brand he or she's building. So I need to look at, okay, this can our brand work together? Is there going to be a synergy? Is there not going to be a clash of you know, style? What this person stands for might be different from what I stand for. So if our ideologies right there is not aligning, then there is a problem. You understand? That's number two. Then number three, I need to look at the business angle as well. Okay, so um, how will this help me financially? It doesn't have to be that. I'm not saying you have to pay me money. No, we could enter into an agreement to say, okay, probably what right do I have to this song, or what right do you have to this song? So we need to straighten all those things out as well. So it's not just about saying mo like auntie and or mo like brother and just feature. No. So then you also need to I need to also know if if that collaboration is going to give me mileage as well. So there are several things. Those are the things that I consider. So and if I'm also reaching out to an artist to say, oh, let's do collaboration. These are some of the things I also do. So I'll have considered, okay, this person can can our brand work together? Is there not going to be a clash? And can this person add value to this music? And can this person add value to my music? Can we rub off on each other for good? You know, so those are the things I consider both in and out.
Right. So sometimes our friends, they can go like from 0 to 1 million, out of excitement and all of that, and they will think they are trying to reach out positively to you, and at the end of the day, oh my boss, the embarrassment, anything won't show love. See, have you ever had any time of embarrassment with your friends in the past, and how were you able to sort it out with it?
Yeah, I think that was when I started. That was when I just started the journey. I didn't know how this game was you know was being played. So I went for a radio interview, and the in, the presenter asked me to give out my details. Apparently, the presenter meant my social media handles. So after stating my social media handle, I went ahead and also stated my guillotine clip, my phone number, and this particular girl kept on calling. She called life out of me. Yeah, that was 2011.
Okay, for a business, was it for a mobile business thing?
No, it wasn't for business. It wasn't for business. It was just for I don't know. It happened. Two girls actually. Two girls. It was crazy. They called the hell out of me. They called the hell out of me. So after then, obviously I knew what they wanted now. I knew what they wanted, but I wasn't going to go travel that length then. So, but after then, I sat down and I asked a lot of questions from people who have been there. And I also studied people who have been there to say, okay, how do you create that balance between your fans and yourself? So you need to. So I learned honestly, I learned.
Mm. Do you want to share some of your exciting moments with us also?
One of my exciting moments was that video clip you played.
The Luli concert?
Oh, there's something about that performance. There's
Tell
something
us.
about, there's something about that performance for me that. So the previous year, I Lily concert for me is like a covenant. Sorry, Lily concert for me is like a covenant concert. It's like a covenant mission for me. I every year I ensure I put in all my best. Like I push myself even to the limit. The previous year I had some serious personal issues, um, family wise, career wise, um, finance wise, decision wise. I went through a lot, and I'm talking of 2018 edition. I'm talking of the 2018 edition. So, um, and I prayed to God and I told God, I said, if you would please help me sort out these things, I promise to, I promise to the following edition, I'm going to give my all. One of the things that happened to me 2018 was that my wife got pregnant. I Okay, so that concert, that 20, the one that you just showed now, my testimony was displayed there. So 2018, my wife got pregnant, and well, of course, our first pregnancy, we were so excited, and we were already planning. I think the pregnancy was still around maybe 6 weeks, thereabout. So we're all excited, even though we didn't have much, but we're just excited. I was going to see, you know, my mini me or whatever. I was so excited. So this particular Saturday, I think it was in May. Yeah, the first Saturday in May, we went for choir rehearsals with my wife, and she on our way going back home, she said she was feeling tired, and I felt maybe it was just pregnancy issue or something like that. So the following Sunday, she woke up dressed, and I asked, "Are you okay?" She said she's fine, but she's just feeling a bit tired. I said, "When you eat, you get better." So we got to church, and right there in church, I think when they were singing, when they were reading the Bible verse, or was it Bible verse or Ephesians? I just saw my wife walk out, and she sent someone to call me. And when the person, when I got outside, my wife told me she said she was seeing blood. I was scared, but as a man, I saw my wife that she was already being terrified and scared. I needed to put that courage and act like a man and not make her feel you know I needed to make her feel protected. So I said no, to sing upon no wala. So I said let's go to the hospital. So that very Sunday we drove to to the hospital and we did test. Said, oh, okay, still come back tomorrow, but they shall give us some drugs. But deep down in me, I knew what has happened. So I came back to church that very first Sunday and I sang my heart out, asking God that God, please, if you can, I know what this thing means, but if you can just at least don't make it happen. But well, as God will have it, we lost the pregnancy. That was May, and when we're preparing for Lily Concert 2018, one of the prayers I I did was that God, if you will give me a child, if you will give me a child, I don't care how old that child is. This next Lily concert that will be coming, that's next year Lily concert, I'm going to bring the child to this ground as dedication. And God heard my prayer. He heard my prayers, and so that particular concert, I was singing and I was seeing my baby and my wife,
In
in
front
front,
of you.
and that was just all for me. Like God has done everything I wanted. It's a really wonderful, wonderful experience. Wonderful experience for me.
Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. And your testimony shall remain permanent in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen. 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 My baby was just 2 months old. My baby was just 2 months old.
Oh,
Yeah, but I said, God, JJ, I already said this, that I will bring that baby, just like Hannah did. That prayer that Hannah did. Yeah, so I'm going to be on my watch of it. It was a year of thanksgiving.
Eja is very important, and I'm glad that you were able to fulfill that promise. Yeah, good. So let's talk about another part of you that I'm sure some people might have noticed, but I just want us to talk about it. And that part of you is lately I realized that okay, if I'm not mistaken, no, but yeah, na waka pass or na waka him anyhow, sha. I've seen you in 2 movies lately. First one was Citation, and the second one Swallow. Swallow, yeah. When the lady was coming out, I saw you beside a car, and I know
Yeah.
you did soundtrack, at the same time. So my question is this: are you considering into going into acting someday? As the music thing, I'm is a part of you that you cannot let go. But on the side, you want to be doing acting. What is it? Go, pẹ̀lú Kunle Afolayo production, acting, because it's basically like Kunle Afolayo production for the most part. So what is going on, go?
Yeah. So for me, I'm like I said, I keep rediscovering myself, and I keep discovering a lot of things that I thought I could not do. I keep exploring myself to say, okay, what else do I have inside of me that I've not explored, or um, that I've not tapped into, and let the world experience it. So acting is one of it for me. I've always known that inside of me, mo le act. I know that I can act. So at times when I'm watching movies and I see some certain reactions or some certain actions from actors or actresses, I I try to put myself in their character to say, Jamie, will I be able to think this way? So I just find myself always thinking like this. What I just said, like you're watching a movie and you see someone, you um, giving a certain expression, and that expression is so deep that even without saying any dialogue, you already know what the person means. So I always ask myself, can I do this thing? Oh yeah, keep me not late, Shana. So if I'm in these shoes, what will I do? How will I interpret this role or this scene or this action? So, and if I'm already having that kind of mindset, if I'm already having that kind of mindset, it means that yes, I can act, and I need to pursue. So it's something I'm seriously working on, and I'm very, very open to it. So of course, my relationship with Mr. Kunle Afolayan is more like uh, a big brother to me. We like I always say, we meeting each other is not it's not just by coincidence. I think we're actually meant to do things together. So that's why if you notice some of his films, if you notice the trend of his films before I started doing music for him, it doesn't really go too big on music or soundtrack. But ever since we connected, we've always taken that angle of his project. That angle of his project, we've always taken it. We've always put more keen interest in it. So which means so we're meant to do a lot together, and not just for him alone. I've done stuff for Femi Adebayo, for Aso, for Kemi Adetiba, the recent
Yeah, King of Boys. Yes,
yeah,
I remember the
myself
soundtrack.
and I produced the soundtrack. Mila did the performance, and some other projects like there are some that I can't mention right now that I'm also working on. Uh, you know, so but acting, definitely, I'm exploring it. So people should get ready. The next, so next year, if they see me taking a lead role in a mega film, in a
Hey,
definitely,
hey, watch out, Gidi. Don't be surprised.
they shouldn't be surprised though. They shouldn't be surprised.
Okay, that makes sense then. Ẹ ti gbọ́ èyí tèmi. So, Kent Edunjobi is not just a music producer, he's not just an artist, he's versatile, like he does a lot of stuff. See,
Yeah.
see more. So, Kema, watch out one after the other. One of it is his acting career that is picking up anytime soon. So, watch out for him. What in Java see?
So movie producers, directors. Oh yeah,
Start
please send me.
connecting. Oh, yeah.
Call me, call me. Call me for this one.
Yes, so ṣe ti gbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. So talking about that, I see you as somebody that is very, very proud of this our celestial church. I see you do not have like I'm not sorry to say it because it's a fact. A lot of people they do not want to be identified with, I don't know, maybe because of their brand or whatever reason they have. I'm not giving reasons for them, but I know that there are some people that do not really want to be identified with a particular church, not just celestial. For some reason known to them. But you, with the fact that you always carry this celestial thing like it's part of you. You don't hide it anytime, any day. Shape or affect Ishayi in any way. Do you think that people, so maybe in the past, or maybe some now that you are not even paying attention to, maybe that's why you're not getting what you are supposed to get from some certain people, knowing the fact that you are from this fold, which is celestial. See, a lot of people might associate more one way or the other. Some people will have their reservation about the church. They know I don't want, like it happens to me a lot. Some people, the minute they know that I am celestial, they start calling off away from me. Or they might thought to my face, it's because of this that we're calling away from you, which is understandable. And I'm not going to beg you to be my friend because of that. You understand what I'm saying? Do you have any such experience at all?
Oh well, you see, I don't think to be honest and to be fair, I don't think I've ever had such experience. But what I would say is, you see, either you're a celestial or you're not a celestial. Being a celestial is just a religion. You get, it's just a religion. Or being a Christian is just a religion. Your spirituality and who you are is key. So me, I don't care. I wear my garments. If whether they show me on TV today that I'm singing, or they show me, or if you think I don't think I'm a celebrity anyway. But if you think I'm a celebrity, I don't. That's you. But me, I wear my garment to anywhere. I wear it to eat amala. I wear it to enter bike. I don't care. I wear it to drive. I wear it to anywhere. Everybody, as a matter of fact, everybody in my area know that I am a celeb person. Growing up, they used to call my mom. In fact, in our area, they call my mom Iyasele. So if you come to Magodo today and you say, Molosile Iyasele, they will just tell you, that street. That is how we've been brought up. So, and you see, this thing is about you. So I think reverse is the case for me. I It's been a case of people getting close to me first before they now realize that, oh, so you are Sele. And on a normal day, they want to pull back. But because they see a different person, or they see something, or because they see something um, of value, I don't know what they say, but they see something worthwhile in me, and they will always tell me, well, you are the first Celeste. Okay, of recent, there's a friend of mine that I met. She's our family friend. My wife and I were friends together. And she didn't know I was a celestial. She didn't know I was a celestial. We're just talking, and we've done several businesses together. We've discussed so much. Like Atiwono Aragon, when she knew that I was a celestial member, she told me point blank that, wow, that on a normal day, I'm not supposed to associate with you. And she went home and she told her husband about me that, can you imagine that Kent is Celeste? And the husband said, ah, so what are you going to do? Because they already had a bad experience, with some celestial member. And I sat her down and she said, but why are you, she was asking, why are you different? Why are you different from them? And I told her, I said, see, the evil in men has nothing to do with their religion. It has nothing to do with their religion. It's just about them. I said, so yes, you have a bad experience with a celestial member or with someone. I said, are you telling me that someone else have not had a bad experience about someone going to Catholic or a Muslim or someone who attends Christ Embassy or someone who attends Winners? No, no. But it's just, I said, it's just because Celestial Church is a unique church. Because we are unique, we wear garments, we have a total different doctrine compared to others. So it becomes, whatever we do, it's very easy for people to spot us amongst the crowd. So I said, that's the only, and she said, but you people don't read Bible. I said, why will you say we don't read Bible? And one day, I think, I didn't even know she was testing me. She just sent a Bible verse to me and she said I should read it, that she wanted to discuss it with me. And I read it and I started discussing with her. I said, we started discussing, and she said, but they say you people don't read Bible in your church, that these things that I'm sharing with her is the same thing our pastor shared with her in our church. I said, well, I've told you, me, I am a celestial, true and true. Nothing's going to change that. If you think you don't want to deal with me because of my religion or because of my faith, then it's your problem. It's not my problem. I don't have a problem with you if you are a redeemer or you are a Muslim or you are a winner, an apostolic or whatever. I don't have a problem with that. So I don't expect you to have a problem with me being a celestial church, but of course I understand. The only thing, I think it has affected me, and I wouldn't really say affect anyway. I think it's just part of the thing. Is before I got married, there was a lady I really liked then, and was supposed to, yeah, yeah, and she said, I can't date you, or I can't date you because you're a celestial. And I said, said, please leave the church so that I can date you. I said, I should leave my church so that you can date me. Said, I can't do. I can't. So I think that's the only experience I've had. Every other thing, me, I just do my thing. So if and see this God of self, this God we serve. If you know the God you serve, eh, if God has said you will have this thing or this thing is meant for you, either you are, it does, whether you are a celestial or not, you will get it. So
Absolutely.
I don't think I've ever lost any gift because I'm a celestial. I've not lost any gift because I'm a celestial. I've not lost any business because I'm a celestial. In fact, I've actually gained a lot because I'm a celestial. Yeah. I've
Mm.
actually I've actually gotten a brief from a very big movie producer who said, I'm giving you this brief because you are a celestial.
Mm.
Yes. Yes, I'm giving you, and the person is not a celestial. The person doesn't even go to church. So, but I'm giving you because you're a celestial, because that's the kind of identity I want. See life.
Right. Hmm. Do you know why I laughed when you were saying something about a relationship that's that
I
you
know
said to
some people are not.
me? It happened to me. That was why I laughed. And the
Yeah.
funniest part of the gist was this guy, it was also born a celestial, like one BC Jordy. So he grew up and he decided to find his faith somewhere else. And his parents were still very, very much celestial. Oh, they can look at choose that imagine celestial. And I was surprised that he kicked against my church. He didn't kick against me from the beginning, but when we were getting to a very serious skinny and all of these parents started getting no, Oberes expand, and it was all because I am a celestial. I was like, this is pure madness. Like, so when you said that, I could relate perfectly. Babe, yes, that happens a lot. But it's okay, it's one of those things. We move,
Yeah,
right?
we
So, to the glory of God, to your credit, how many albums have you recorded personally?
So I've recorded several albums. I've recorded Swallow album. I've recorded Citation albums. But for myself personally, um, I I've recorded several singles. I actually have collections of songs that could fit into 4 albums. I have like as I'm talking to you, I have like almost 100 songs. Yeah, I have like almost 100 songs recorded. But um, I like to do things as directed and as led by God. So I've not felt the urge, or I've not felt the spiritual I've not felt the spiritual need to release an album yet. And I've not felt the from business angle as well. I've not felt the need to release an album yet. EP, of course, yes, I've dropped several EPs, but album, not yet. Maybe later in the future, yes, I'm going to drop something, but it's good to take things, as the spirit leads.
Right, I agree. And by the way, you did a very wonderful job with international choir album. That was very, very good.
Thank you
Which
so
is
much.
got lately new, but I tell you
Oh,
what, yeah, that song has been on repeat in my car. Like I don't ever take it out. Oh, I'm in there every time. I just want to
let,
listen
let,
to it.
let,
That was
let
a
me
very
just
good
tell
one.
let me just tell you, you will not take that album out of your car.
I
Or
will, Uncle Kenny, and you know I will. You know why?
why? Let
Because
me
you
tell you,
produced another one
I know,
that
but
is coming out soon.
I know. And I told Brad Benga that album is dear to me. I mean, the one you're just talking about now. But you see that
Mhm.
international album, that album is beyond me. It's beyond the choir. It's beyond the church. I think that album is divine. Honestly, at some point, when after producing, while I was mixing the song, I think when I got to track 3, while I was mixing, at some point I started crying because God opened my eyes to the album, and I saw that it wasn't me. So many things that happened in that album, so many movements, so many um, lyrics wise, instrumental wise, so many things, even the mix wise, so many things that happened in the album. There are things that on a normal day I don't think I would sit down and say, oh, let me do it this way, or let's do it this way. So many things that happened with that album. I don't think even the choir itself would say, "Oh, let's do it this way." That album wasn't intentional. That album started with, "Oh, okay, our church is doing 40th anniversary. What are we going to do? Okay, let's record a single." It started with a single, then from a single it went to, okay, let's just make it 2 songs. Okay, from 2 songs it went from like, Shebe minimal producer. Shebe is my studio that will do everything, and it's not going to cost us anything. Let's do album now.
Mm.
Eh, the choir does not have money. Shebi is my studio. Keep your money first.
Bravo.
Let us record the album. We recorded the album with my money. We did the printing with my money. We did everything. And now when you want to do some things, some people will stay somewhere and they would say, Ejeka will marry. And
Hmm.
it was like that. So some people were even saying, both in the choir and even outside the choir, some people will come and say, "You people crazy. I look at this. How can you people say you want to put our album together in this short period of time? It doesn't make sense." And at some point, I was scared too that am I not making a mistake, because I just became the CM of the choir, and that was my first project, and I was like, am I not making a mistake? Am I not trying to shoot myself with the first project I'm doing? But I just kept hearing this voice that, Malo, keep going, just keep going, take it a step by step, just keep taking it step by step. And I didn't understand until when I started mixing the project and mastering, and when we released the album, and when I saw the way God took charge of the album. So I just knew that this album is beyond anybody, it's beyond me. I can't lay claims to the success of the album. The choir cannot lay claims to the success of the album. The church cannot lay it, nobody, because it wasn't planned. It was just God. I mean, we released the album on a Sunday, on the day of our harvest, and on Monday I got a call from Dublin, and someone was calling me to say, I have your album. And I'm like, ow, I should release the album for Lano, but it took 24 hours. How did you get the album? And the person said, yes, I saw the post that you people did, and I sent someone to your church to say they should go and buy the album. I need the album. And I'm like, have you heard the album before that made you had so much interest in saying, let me send someone to go? He said no. And the person bought the album, and the person single-handedly spread the news of the album to the people in diaspora. And that week, I started getting calls from everybody, both people that I know, people that I don't know, people that I didn't think in my wildest dream they will call me. They called me on that album, and I was like, okay, nobody. You know, when there's this song that is all glory must be unto the Lord, for he is worthy to be. No man on earth should give glory to himself. That is that album. And when we released that album and people started hearing the album, even me, I caught the bug. You cannot release that. You cannot take away that album from your player. Yes, several people have called me to say that even up till now they can't. And me, if you enter my car today, that's the album you hear. If I take it out and I play other songs, maybe 2 weeks later, I'll put it back again. It's like a default. And people keep asking me, how are you guys going to do the promotion? And I've realized that God himself will do it. I'm not going to bother myself or the choir.
You really need to promote that song. That song was loaded.
God that has done it up to this stage is going to do it. He's going to do it. And just like that other project you're talking about, it's
Uncle Kenny, oh my God.
Have you heard it?
Why you saying have I heard it? Kill me, have I heard it?
Have you heard
it?
Okay.
The finished part.
Yes.
The finished part. I've heard 2 out of 5. So both China.
Okay, you try.
Including the one that you claimed is your favorite. I've heard it. Yes, yeah. Yeah, to tell you that I'm powerful. I've forgotten my favorite book.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, you did a good job. More power to your elbow. That was, I must say, that's very, very remarkable. Celestials, ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣe ìpolówó tí wọ́n sanwó fún mi fún báyìí. If you're thinking, see that very well. Let us begin. If your choir, if you lack instrumentalists, the instrumentalist in church, not to worry at all. Shara Wele, Kent Edunjobi is there for you. So Baba, master was shinkobe. You know those shinkobe or shinkobe drum machine on baby. They will set it up. Don't you pay? Ever rope? Instrumentalist complete in church, you don't have a problem as regards that. If you want to wax an album, you don't have a problem as regards that. Just Ola at Kent Edunjobi, they're going to make your job so easy and perfect. This project that we are talking about, you will hear this project in another 3 weeks and you all confirm they have actually done a beautiful job. Latin America, see Nigeria, you see that distance, make it easy, but the job was perfectly done. I am promising you that when you listen to this one, don't be say beg, confirm.
Yes, I try.
Èló ni máa gbà fún yẹn.
Commission.
We thank God, we thank God, we thank God, we thank God for everything. My people, I know you've been waiting to talk to Kent Edunjobi. Yes, this is your time to talk to him. Whatever comments you have, whatever questions you have for him, please remember to drop it in the comment box section. We'll go on a very, very quick break and we'll come back and we'll start reading those comments to him. Please stay with me, do not go nowhere. We'll be right back. Yes, you're welcome back, my people. So it's time to take your comments. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? People that wants to talk to Kent, this is your time. Benga Edunjobi, the best producer of time, of our time. Kent, right on, bro. I'm a play my wa. What else? What else? We have the side name, but keep going and don't look back. What else do we have? We also have Dare Dimunuel Ogundimu, Dare, my brother for life. Thank you. Keep the flag flying, bro. We are proud of your great jobs. Thank you, brother. Good to see you again. How did you meet Afolayan? That's from Benga or Ladunjobi. I think he's talking about Kunle Afolayan.
Okay. So let me answer that quickly. So how did I meet Mr. Kunle Afolayan? I met him through I met him through Lolo. Lolo was of Wazobia FM. She was. So Lola has always been a very big fan of my music and she's been very supportive. She's like a big sister anyway. So one day she played my song on the radio on radio, one of our programs, and apparently that was when Mr. Kunle was promoting his film Phone Swap then. So Mr. Kunle was walking into the studio and he heard my song play and he was like, who is this person singing? And Lola said, Aburo Mini. And he said, I would like to meet him. So Lola called me and I packaged my CD. I think a few weeks later I went to meet. We met at National Theatre where he was screening his film Phone Swap. And I gave him the CD to say, bro, sit with me real. And he looked at it and said, okay, no problem. I'll go. And that was 2012. And that was it. I didn't hear anything again from him. 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 5 years later. So 5 years later, one day I was just watching TV and I saw Lolo on TV and I was like, so I just greeted her and we were just talking and she said, why not? And funny enough, after that 2012 incident, myself and Mr. Kunle, we've met at several events. But I think he didn't remember me, and me being the kind of person, I didn't want to just go and approach him and get embarrassed or something. I just felt, for me, I felt maybe he has heard the song, he doesn't like it, and maybe he's not interested in him, so I didn't just bother. So he said, Kuleman, why? I said, why me? Why? Why do you want me? He has my CD now, and he has it. I said, Sharply. He said, Sharply. I said, I don't have his number. I said, give me. So Sharp looked for how to get his number. I gave my manager his number. He said, okay. Then I was working in a law firm. He said, okay, me, really, right, try and contact him for me on my behalf. And my manager kept calling. He will not pick. He will not pick. I think he called him for like 3 months. But you know, the fact that the number was consistently coming on his phone. Yeah. So one day, I think out of curiosity, he said, this number has always been calling me. Let me pick this number. So he picked the number and said hello. And I was my name is so. I'm calling in respect of Kent Oxygen. And he said, I've been looking for you guys. And where have you guys been? Where is he? Clinical. That was 2016 May. And that was how we started the journey together. So I went. I think we even met in his house. That was the first meeting we met in his house. We talked, we played, joked, and started talking. And the whole process, working relationship and brotherhood started. And we are here today.
We thank God. We have Toba Oluwasegun, our activity or whatever. Sorry. The tough beginning is now a glorious testimony. God bless you, my brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toba, for joining. We have Taiwo Adeyeye. Adeyeye. Sorry, anyone. Glory to Almighty God, our youth and churches basing great. Okay, thank you for joining, and we thank God for that.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so what else do we have? I think that's about all. Is that all? Is that all the comments we have today? Okay, makes sense. Uncle Kenny, usually we have a part of this program that you're supposed to answer some doctrinal questions, but because I understand that you gave us today, even despite your busy schedule, your dad's misa happened in the morning, you have choir rehearsal this evening, we just have to let you go. Yes, I understand that part. So we're going to skip that doctrinal questions for you. But then before you go, you're going to do a song for us. And with that, we'll call it a day on the program. Is that ideal? Fair enough, right?
Fair.
Okay. If you learn it fail, you're not just going to do it anyway.
Yeah, no.
Be more is your song though. You're just in collide whatever coming, Edumare Loluba so coming, whatever.
What's more?
Oh yeah.
But I back of me, sílẹ̀ nígbà tí ìjìyà yẹ bàbá kan mi mọ́lẹ̀ tí kò sábàárò mọ́ tí kò sólùrànwọ́ mọ́ tí kò sáfẹ̀yìntì mọ́ fún mi. Oh yeah, táyé bá kàn mí Èdùmàrè ló bá sọ ọkàn mi. Tọ́rẹ́ bá kàn mí Olúwa ló bá sọ ọkàn mi. Don't go back to Juru, take us out don't go there, take us for me. Tia Baba come see, silent love. Take us out by Roma, take us all the Roma, take us out fainting more. Me. Oh yeah, tie back on me, marry no basso. Tore back on me, you are no basso. Don't go back to you, think of Saba.
Thank you. I've always loved that song. Every time you go by, it's like that's just me. That's just to me every time. Thank you for blessing us with that song. My people, we have to let Kenny go at this time. Yes, or that about to need more for all those services that I told you about. You need to record an album, personal album, choir album. You need to do shinko be. I mean drum machine, programming your drum machines and all of that. Anything. If you want to do soundtrack, he's into acting now. Gbogbo Lowo Enterprises. Call on Kent Oxygen, and it will be at your service. To see my On a final note, before we leave on Kenny, what do you have to say to your friends back home?
So what I'm just going to say is just keep working, keep the hard work going. If you're talented, just keep growing your talent, and always pray to God, for direction. Because trust me, you can't do anything. You can't do anything aside from the God factor. The God factor cannot be overemphasized, and you just keep praying and keep working as well. 50% work, 100% work, 100% prayer gives success.
Yes, so I agree with you on that. My people, attitude none, yo. But I promise you something. You need that, but the last time that I went for heaven. This one I am sure gonna come back by the special grace of God, and it's gonna be fortnight in 2 weeks' time. I'll be back again by the special grace of God, like I said. Emma Badale, wow. Always tell people about Celestial Television Network. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Celestial Television Network. Like our page on Facebook, Celestial Television Network. Follow us on Instagram at Celestial Television Network. And remember to turn your notification bell on. Every time we drop new videos, picture, whatever, you just get notified immediately. And that way you don't have to get information from Celestial Television Network late. You'll always be on point. Like I said, we'll be back again 2 weeks from now. And until then, remain blessed. And I am your host, as always, Deborah with me. To have a good evening. Bye.
Well,
Uncle Kenny, bye.
Bye.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Èmi yóò yọ̀, àbọ̀ òníjọ́, èmi yóò jó, èmi yóò yọ̀, torí mo ké polúwa nínú ìpọ́njú ó gbọ́ tèmi yó. Èmi yóò jó, èmi á jó, èmi yóò jó, èmi yóò yọ̀. Jọ mímọ́ la ń lò kọrin, èmi yóò jó, torí mo ké polúwa ó gbọ́ tèmi yó. Bí kò ṣe rere fún wọn, ó wá ṣe òkú mi. Bóyá bí kò ṣoore fún ọ, ó wá ṣe òkú mi. Àbí kò dá ọ láre. Àbí kò gbé ọ lékè. Àbí kò gbé ọ̀gá. Ó mà gbé mi. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ rẹ̀ ṣe ó fún mi o. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ Jésù ló bá mi là o. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ Kristi Jésù ló wò mí sàn. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ Kristi ló ṣe dára. Ó ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ rẹ̀ ṣe ó fún mi o. Hallelujah, 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 oh God, hallelujah, Johnny orí ọ̀fẹ́ ńlá nígbà. Mama is a rare gem. Ìjọ tẹ̀lé aṣọ ire. Oríire lórí àwọn tẹ̀lé oríire. You are great, yes, you are. Oh, you are. You are the one to see. Yes, you're great in majesty, mighty God. Hey, everything within about you is great. Oh yeah, you are great. You are great. Yeah, you are great. You are great. You are great. You are great. Oh yeah, you are great. Come on, say you are great. You are great. You are great. You are great. Everything within about you is great. Oh yeah, till we get the Yahweh. Your name is Yahweh. You are a miracle working God. Your name is Yahweh. Oh yeah, so Yahweh, Yahweh. Hey, your name is Yahweh. You are a miracle working God. Your name is Yahweh. Miracle worker. You are a miracle worker. Hey, come and do a miracle today. You will do a miracle today. Oh yeah, Yahweh, oh Yahweh. Hey, your name is Yahweh. Hey, you are a miracle working God. Your name is Yahweh. Oh Yahweh, 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 Yahweh.
Celestial Television Network.
Jesus, Jesus, dúró tì mí nínú
Thank you.
lè kọrin ọlọ́run. Mo ní kí ló mú tọ̀ ẹ wá o. Bóyá gbogbo ọkùnrin kí ló mú tọ̀ ẹ wá. Gbogbo obìnrin kí ló mú tọ̀ yín wá náà. Bóyá mọ́dá sẹ́lẹ̀sà kí ló mú tọ̀ yín wá. Gbogbo evangelist kí ló mú tọ̀ yín wá sẹ́. Gbogbo yíwù kí ló mú tọ̀ yín wá sẹ́. Bóyá Celestia kí ló mú tọ̀ yín wá. Lónìí concert 4.0 kí ló mú tọ̀ wá wá. Bóyá torí ó lé ikú, ó lé àrùn. Nílì ló ṣe o, kó má sọ̀bà nílé ìpẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ o. Bóyá àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ o. Arákùnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ o. Arábìnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ o. Gbogbo ìjọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ o. Bóyá tó bá jẹ́ bẹ̀ wípé àfihàn forúkọ rẹ̀ ọpẹ́ ọlá fún ọ. Nítorí rẹ̀ lọ́gbà tó lẹ́rí wá sí àdúgbò. Àfihàn Olódùmarè yóò. Àfihàn orúkọ rẹ̀ ọpẹ́ ọlá. Nítorí rẹ̀ lọ́gbà tó lẹ́rí wá sí àdúgbò. Mo ní àfihàn forúkọ rẹ̀ ọpẹ́ ọlá fún ọ. Nítorí ẹlọ́pẹ́ tó dẹ́bí wá sí àdúgbò. Wọ́n fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹ àfihàn forúkọ rẹ̀ ọpẹ́ ọlá fún ọ. Nítorí ẹlọ́pẹ́ tó dẹ́bí wá sí hallelujah, yeah, hallelujah. Come on, wave your hands to the air. Hallelujah, listen. Torí mo ké polúwa nínú ìpọ́njú ó gbọ́ tèmi o. Èmi yóò jó, èmi á jó, èmi yóò jó, èmi yóò yó. Jọ mímọ́ la ń lo kọrin, èmi yóò jó, èmi yóò yó. Torí mo ké polúwa ó gbọ́ tèmi o. Èmi yóò jó, èmi yóò yó. Mo tún wí pé àbí kò ṣe rere fún wọn. Àwọn máa ṣe ọkọ mi. Bóyá àbí kò ṣoore fún ọ. Àwọn máa ṣe ọkọ mi. Àbí kò dá ọ láre. Àwọn máa dá mi láre. Àbí kò gbé ọ lékè. Àwọn máa gbé mi lékè. Àbí kò gbé ọ̀gá. Àwọn máa gbé mi. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ rẹ̀ ṣe òun fún mi o. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ rẹ̀ ṣe òun fún mi. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ Jésù ló bá mi là o. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ rẹ̀ ṣe òun fún mi. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ Kristi Jésù ló wò mí sàn. pariwo hallelujah hallelujah ògo ni fún bàbá. Bàbá tó fi ọlọ́run ẹ̀ o. Hallelujah hallelujah mo ní hallelujah ògo ni fún bàbá o. Èmi á lè fi lóòótì ìlú yìí ọlọ́run mi o. Àlàyé o ni yóò yìn ọ́ bó ti yẹ o. Hallelujah ògo ni hallelujah hallelujah ògo ni fún bàbá. Àmì lórí ìròyìn ọlọ́run wa. Àlàyé ni yóò yìn ọ́ bó ti yẹ. Hallelujah ògo. Hallelujah. tó sọ̀kalẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin Jésù o, ẹ̀yin Jésù, ẹ̀yin Jésù, ẹ̀yin Jésù, mo lọ́kẹ́ tó sọ̀kalẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin Jésù o, ẹ̀yin Jésù, ẹ̀yin Jésù, mo lọ́kẹ́ tó sọ̀kalẹ̀. Torí àwọn máa jẹ́ ìtìjú, àwọn tó ti dànù. Èṣù wá rí ìṣòro, ìwàjú agbára ìjọsìn. Ẹ bá wá ní Jésù o, ẹ̀yin Jésù, ẹ̀yin Jésù, mo lọ́kẹ́ tó sọ̀kalẹ̀. Ẹ bá wá ní Jésù o, ẹ̀yin Jésù, ẹ̀yin Jésù, mo lọ́kẹ́ tó sọ̀kalẹ̀. Ẹ bá wá ní Jésù o, ẹ̀yin Jésù, ẹ̀yin Jésù, ẹ̀yin Jésù, mo lọ́kẹ́ tó sọ̀kalẹ̀. Ẹ bá wá ní Jésù o, ẹ̀yin Jésù, ẹ̀yin Jésù, mo lọ́kẹ́ tó sọ̀kalẹ̀. Ó yá wípé nínú agbára, nínú owó rẹ̀, nínú ìbùkún rẹ̀ ayérayé. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Nínú agbára, nínú owó rẹ̀, nínú ìbùkún rẹ̀ ayérayé. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah ni wọ́n ké lọ́run. Orí ọmọ bàbá bàbá ìdẹ́gbà. Hallelujah ni wọ́n ké lọ́run. Orí ọmọ bàbá bàbá ìdẹ́gbà. Mo ní mímọ́ mímọ́ ni wọ́n ké lọ́run. Bàbá bàbá ìdẹ́gbà. Orí orí hallelujah ni wọ́n ké lọ́run. Orí ọmọ bàbá bàbá ìdẹ́gbà. Oya mi gbé bàbá lọ́wọ́, ilé olóko, bàbá lọ́wọ́, ilé alayọ̀, bàbá ìtọ́ mi máa bá Jésù mi lọ. Bàbá ìtọ́ mi máa bá Jésù mi lọ. Bàbá lọ, bóyá bàbá ilé olóko, bàbá lọ, ilé alayọ̀, bàbá ìtọ́ mi máa bá Jésù mi lọ. Bàbá ìtọ́ mi máa bá Jésù mi lọ. Ó ní pé bàbá lọ, ilé olóko, èmi ti bá lọ, ilé alayọ̀, bàbá ìtọ́ mi máa bá Jésù mi lọ. Bàbá ìtọ́ mi máa bá Jésù mi lọ. Bàbá lọ, hey, ilé olóko, bàbá lọ, ilé alayọ̀, bàbá ìtọ́ mi máa bá Jésù mi lọ. Hey, bàbá ìtọ́ mi máa bá Jésù. Bóyá kọ́ èmi ti bá Jésù lọ sóde, ó ti bá lọ. Ìròyìn ẹ̀bá mi bá lọ, ó ti bá lọ. Mo ní èmi ti bá lọ, mo ti bá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Èso ìsinmi mọ́, mo ní mo ti bá lọ. Ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kúrò lọ́nà mi, mo ní mo ti bá lọ. Ayọ̀ ti tètè lọ́jọ́ gbogbo, èmi ti bá Jésù lọ́wọ́ sóde, mo ti bá lọ. Èròyà ẹ̀bá ti bá lọ, mo ti bá lọ. Ó bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, ìjọ mímọ́ olóbì ìyèrè o, olóbì ìyèrè, ìyèrè o, olóbì ìyèrè. Ìjọ sẹ̀lẹ̀, ìjọ máa ń bí, ìjọ máa ń lè dé ìjọ ráyà, ìjọ kẹ́sù o. a legend. He just said, I show you it. Holy hallelujah, I want to say, holy
Celestial Television Network.